I'm good, Willa. Good to see you. Shout out to you. I was on. We had a crash. We were on for. Damn it. I don't know if we even got into a half hour. We had a software crash. I'm good, Willa. Good to see you. Shout out to you.
Just waiting for everybody to get back.
I was on. We had a crash. We were on. We were filling up kind of quick. I do not want to go through this today. Maybe it's not this one because I'm sitting here. That's not it. What type of gift? It doesn't. I shouldn't even ask. I don't mind, Willa. I would love that. What type of artist are you? Okay, Allison. Ooh, you just made me think of something. Well, and there's a depopulation going on now, Allison. Oh God, what's happening? For damn it. Oh, I was trying. I don't know if we even got into a half hour. What do I need to do? Go back to the live. No, just refresh. Um, um, what am I? This is not. Where's the stream? Why don't I see me? I don't see the chat. There we go. Uh, I will love that, Willa. Whatever. Anything from the heart is from the heart. And are you following me on Instagram also, Willa? Because you know we can exchange numbers there and information and stuff. Um, um, on Instagram, I'm the Jedi 1814. And I don't think there's any caps or spaces. It's just the Jedi 1814 on Instagram, Willa. I'm hardly over there too. You know, unless it's something like this where I'm looking for somebody to send me something or we're gonna exchange information or something. Other than that, I'm rarely over there. I'll be right back. Hold on, you guys. Turn off this air. Alhamdulillah. All right. Okay, so if you guys weren't here, you missed my rant when we started. We had a crash. So this is our second one. If we crash again, then just refresh and keep going out to the main channel or shut it down and then come back to my channel and then see the one that says live. Uh yeah. Uh which is kills me because I just man, I don't know if that's a separate stream now or not. If so, I'd like to play that. Let's see. How could I find out? Go here. And go here. Yeah, we were 44 minutes on that other one. I'll play the end of it so I know where I was. That's what I can do. Okay, this is, let me bring you in. Okay, I'm playing the end of the last stream. We were just on, but we crashed. I don't know what I was saying, what I was talking about. So let me play that. Test. Start it over. I'm over it.
We have already moved on and are preparing.
Alice Guy, incubator promotion. I'm gonna come back to that, Allison. Donia Davis, shout out to you. Then you said are they clones that won't work. Are they cloning? And then that won't work because just you read it, you know. Wait. 8 minutes. I just need the last minute. The value of the blessing that the divine has proclaimed. When you build a mosque, the blessing, the Allah says to us, you build a mosque, Allah will build a house for you in Jannah. Jannah is paradise. So that aside, I've been grateful for those of you who said, okay, I can give a little something. Oh, yeah. And you did that. Most people gave on Cash App. I don't care if you send it by smoke signal. But the GoFundMe, after ranting and bitching about subscribing, everybody, you gotta make sure that you have your bell notifications on. If you don't know the Cash App, it's underneath the. And also, you got to make sure also that you're subscribed over here to Jedi Africa. And I was bitching that, you know, back when I had my 23,000 subscriber channel, we had different times when I was trying to get people to migrate. We were trying to migrate to Black Junction TV. Then there was some other Black YouTube type channel or network, and I was trying to get my people to move there. And I was bitching that my people just don't move when I tell you to move. Like, and I said, and I'm saying it again, if you are someone who's not invested here with me in what I'm trying to put over on my people, then go away. There's millions of other YouTube channels. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to. I only want people here on my channel and around me in life that are trying to be on the same vibration as me. That you should be a better person because you're exposed to me. That's just the way it should be. And my responsibility is to not bog you down in a bunch of foolishness. To elevate the conversation, to keep the vibration high, to pass something on to you, to honor the value of your time. It's not wasted. And so I was saying, I went off on that tangent because I was saying you need to, on this channel, we're on the Jedi right now. You need to, people are always telling me, you know, they were subscribed, but then they looked and they were unsubscribed. So make sure you're subscribed, but you can't just subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell that's next to it and then click on the notifications and just hit all. Like here it is right here. I'm in the way. Damn it. can't see it on this channel. I'm in the way. Anyway, you got to click on the bell and then it'll pull down. Just click on all. Just do that. And the same thing on this channel, Jedi Africa. There is no the on this one I'm showing you on the screen. It's just Jedi Africa. And I'm telling people, move there now while I'm on now. Just, you can subscribe now. There's the channel. You can just type it in, Jedi Africa, and you'll see my picture as you see it there, and just subscribe there now. All right. Last thing I was saying in the last minute of that, when I was showing the clip of that, the minutes that we were on before the crash, I was saying I've been very, I almost said disappointed, but I caught myself and said I've been very grateful for people who have stepped up to donate for our GoFundMe for the mosque. The link is under this video. It's always under the videos. And I've said that most people have donated on Cash App. I don't care if you donate by a smoke signal, but the main point I was trying to get to, I don't care if I need a kidney in a week and I'm up here saying, please help me with a kidney. You don't got to do that. I will not be mad at you. If you do nothing else for yourself, do this for this cause, everybody. For the Sanchamba Mosque in Gambia, West Africa, where I will be going back home to. This is the video for explaining to you what it's all about and why we need your coin is on the GoFundMe page. It's also on this channel that we're on, the Jedi. It's an actual video, but it's just, rather than search it, you can just go to the GoFundMe and see it there. Do that, everybody. Do that, because I knew we weren't going to get it done by the rain season. I knew that. The rain season started in June in Gambia. But it's not like the mosque will disintegrate and go away. This still needs to be done. So I'm saddened, but I knew we weren't going to get it done because I know my people. If I had been white and I had killed somebody black, I would have had enough to build several mosques and send everybody to Australia and to do whatever, you know, and have a chateau in Provence and, you know, but I'm not. I'm just a black man who tells the truth and is passionately in love with our people and our cause. Damn it. Shame on me. So, again, do go and give either to the GoFundMe or to the Cash App, everybody. And then also make sure that you turn on your bell notifications on this channel, and make sure that while we're on, you go to Jedi Africa and start migrating over there. You will be sorry that you didn't if you don't. And when you subscribe over here on Jedi Africa, make sure that you turn on your bell notification. Just hit the bell and then just click, it'll do a drop down, just click all and you should be good. All right, now I wanted to start, it's not in the title of the video, but I'm starting with a update on where we ended in our last sitting, because we were left with a question mark, really, because I was all prepared to discuss Tyler Perry buying, you know, BET and VH1. And as you know, I never read anything before I present it to you, because I want to, I want you to experience how I receive and vet information, how I break things down, because I want this to be what you do for yourself. It's one of the ways that you attain knowledge. So I do that for that reason, and for saying things on camera that make me not happy. All right. So when we got to, I don't know, I pulled a couple of articles, and as we read through them, we were like, he didn't buy it. In fact, it was just, best we came away with, it was more, at best we could tell it was just a rumor at best. Like there was nothing confirmed. Again, I've not read it, but I saw a heading, and it's the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail is good because I couldn't find Daily Mail when we were in our last sitting, but I did go to TMZ. And since there was nothing on TMZ, I just thought, well, that's the final word, you know. Daily Mail is kind of the gospel. They do very good work. So I wanted to do a quick update on that, and then we're gonna move into our main topic of why we're here today. Let me see who's here before I move on. I need to clean these damn glasses. And I need to get other glasses. These are these damn glasses Uncle gave me. I need just like the glasses that go on your nose and then you can wear them and you're going to be doing all this. Okay, so I left off at Willa. So yeah, Willa, do go over there and then leave me something, so we communicate on Instagram. Simply Sandra, I simply love you. Good evening. Hey Jedi, my dear friend. Peace, peace, chat fam. Sweet D, a big shout out to you. Blessings back at you. Yeah, YouTube will unsub your ass. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're dealing with me. And Allison Blair. So hopefully we're gonna get our other people back. There was other people that were in the last stream and I can't see them now because I can't. One of the reasons why I'm broaching, there was a few things I was gonna broach you guys because oh, by the way, another update. I don't need to pull anything to do this. Remember that the 11-year-old kid at our last sitting on that topic that was shot by the cop, that was up there saying that while he was laying there dying practically, he was saying, no weapon formed against me. At that sitting, at the time of that, the cop was still on administrative leave with pay. Now it's suspension without pay. So that's, damn it. I just killed the fucking stream on here. So that's where the 11-year-old kid thing is at. Also, there was a near murder. There was two brothers that were tortured in a house for a couple of hours by some white demons. And one of which, anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyways, where's the damn stream at, y'all? I can't do anything. Where am I at? There I am. This is pertinent because, well, we're gonna come to that. First, this is the update on Tyler, because we want to know, is he buying BET and VH1 or not, damn it. All right, this is the Daily Mail. With all their shit on the screen that we don't need, I'm over it. Tyler Perry is balking, quote, balking at the $3 billion asking price, end quote, for BET as he is becoming frustrated in his efforts to buy the network. So that's more than we got in the last thing, because there was nothing affirmative in the last stuff that we vetted. It was just all speculation. But it all basically ended in, there's no statement from Tyler, there's no statement from BET or VH1 or Paramount Global and blah, blah, blah. So we're hoping this is going to tell us that either a sale is in progress or something's happening, something. This should be a quick update. We're going to move to our main topic. Let's bring this in. Tyler Perry is reportedly, not Tyler Perry said, is reportedly becoming frustrated with the process of trying to buy Black entertainment television, as the asking price is claimed to be $3 billion. Now, that's consistent because remember in our last piece, I did a vetting. I Googled in real time, what is Tyler Perry's net worth? He's worth $1 billion. I'm sure it's not exactly $1 billion. I'm sure it's $1 billion something. but he's worth $1 billion. All right. Sadly, he doesn't owe me money, and he doesn't have my phone number. That's something else I don't want to get into it. All right. But we also learned that back in either the 1990s or 2000, when Bob Johnson's bitch ass sold BET, he sold BET for $2.3 billion. So I said, Tyler doesn't have enough money. He doesn't have enough. Whatever it was saying, they're going to tell us in that article at that time. I go, he didn't have the money to buy. That's just for BET that Bob Johnson sold that for. So unless I can see a depreciation schedule, and even then, you wouldn't expect a commodity like that to depreciate from, if they gave Bob Johnson $2.3 billion, it was worth $6 billion at least. At least. So the report is that Tyler was trying to buy BT and VH1. I suggest you didn't have enough money. Now we come here, and this is just BET. So far, they've not mentioned anything about VH1. And that the asking price is $3 billion. Tyler doesn't have $3 billion. But that doesn't mean he can't buy it, just BET. Because remember, Oprah Winfrey is his best friend. So she has this in her purse. Like at the bottom of the purse, she's got $3 billion. Just in her purse, just for spending cash. All right. The media mogul, who is 53, has expressed an interest in buying the BET group, which not only includes the cable channels BET, VH1, and the BET streaming service. Byron Allen and Sean Diddy Combs are also contenders. Well, we learned in our last sitting that he already is a minority share owner in the BET Plus, because I speculated on that before we read it. I was like, well, then there's BET Plus. I mean, is he, what about that? And I was adding that to the cost. So, but we learned he already is a minor share owner in BET Plus, the streaming service. So it's just back to BET VH1. So now we're understanding that the $3 billion is for the VH1 and VH1. That says in buying the BET group, which not only includes the cable channels BET, VH1, and the BET streaming services. Is this still part of it? I don't know if this is just other stuff to click on. Whatever. Other fools are trying to buy it, but Tyler Perry is considered the front runner in the upcoming auction. And there's Tyler with somebody needs to get to his beard and do something. He's impossible to look at. Nice man, all of that, but I can't. All right, the Emmy winner already owns a 25% take in BET and BET Plus, and has private equity providing the rest of the financing, according to an insider. Okay. And has private equity providing the rest of the financing. That means because he owns Tyler Perry Studios, that's equity. Oprah's his best friend, that's equity. Gail is her best friend, that's equity. A lot of equity going on, just a lot of equity to say. Perry also produced a large portion of the programming on the cable channel and streaming service, which he helped launch in 2019. By the way, his Ruthless is ruthless. I saw that back, like I still had TV, and then I didn't have, then after I got rid of cable and all that stuff, so whatever. Because when I moved here, the landlords were paying for TV. I wasn't paying for it. When they stopped paying for it, then I didn't pay for it anymore. I'm over it. All right. He is used to getting his way and is frustrated. That's a quote. Quote, he is used to getting his way and is frustrated, end quote, the source said. Adding to the ruthless creator's frustration, I just mentioned Ruthless. The ruthless creator's frustration is an erroneous report last week by the entertainment website The Streamer that Perry had already won the auction. Yeah, that's what we learned. Like, there's all this, people are saying you got it, but then there was no statement from him or them, and it was just all a rumor. Like, fools need to go home. However, Perry and other potential investors have balked at the $3 billion asking price by BET Group's current owner, Paramount. The problem appeared to be multi-pronged. All the major contenders have expressed an interest in returning the BET Group to black ownership. Paramount wants roughly 10 times the BET Group's current 325 million in earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, according to sources. Haha. See, so they mentioned the depreciation schedule. I just mentioned depreciation. So, but we also learned there that its current value, well, its earnings are 325 million. They want 3 billion. Bob Johnson sold it for 2.3 billion. So we could see it getting to more than that, but we could insinuate a depreciation because I don't really know about anybody that's just like, ooh, turn on BET. And everything's online now. People aren't really, you know, and then the way they make they cut up the cable packages and stuff now. They always have your black ass in mind when they do anything. So they know what we watch. They know what channels. And so they stretch those out across. So you have to buy the most premium ass fucking package for any fucking thing. I'm over it. Do you understand? But we have to also insinuate depreciation because after it was learned that Viacom, which we now know is just a little tiny company under Paramount Global, they're not as big as we thought they were. But once we learned that Viacom owned BET, we all were like, it shouldn't be called BET anymore because we don't own it. And then in one of my pieces long back, I showed the board. None of us was in it. Like, it's white people. So I think the 3 billion in this context is too much. I think at the best, maybe it comes in back at the 2.3 billion that Bob Johnson sold it for. And that's really still too much considering that their current earnings are 325 million, which Oprah has in her shoe. You know, that's why she can stand in front of an audience and say, "You're going to Australia! You're going to Australia!" Kiki, I love you so much. Reacts to news. Oh yeah, and we saw that video in our last sitting on this. All right, so I don't think we need to beat this anymore. So they're wrangling about it. Apparently there is a sale in the air, but Tyler hasn't bought it, and obviously was, as it said, was a little upset that people were saying he already bought it. Blah 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 and blah. Because Daily Mail, they have all the receipts. You see that this one is why I love to pick them for stuff. There's more to be mined there. I wish we had found this in our first sitting, but this information wasn't available then. And I don't want this to bog us down from our main topic. So maybe we'll come back to it. I don't know, but just we're over it. So they want 3 billion. Tyler says, I don't think so. And there's other fools who don't need to own BT also trying to buy it or are interested. Because once he buys that, then he can just always have the programming coming out of his current studio. I mean, it's a great move, man. Really fantastic. But again, when we have something, it should be for everybody. Listen, if you come in with a pizza, we all know we get some of that pizza. That's the way it should go. Wallahi, my image is mirrored, everybody. So when you see me swearing by God, this is my right hand. It's just mirrored so that when I'm reading stuff or we're looking at videos, I'm not looking in the opposite direction of what we're looking at. But I swear by Allah, if I've said this a million times and I always ask God this, because if I ever got wealthy, you wouldn't need to find me. I'm going to find you. That's just it, man. I don't know any other way. When you have, you give, you share. Not to mention the rewarding feeling that is, you know. The most money I ever had at one time in my life was well, the first time I had a large amount of money at one time in my life was back in the 1980s, and I had been in a car accident. I was a passenger in a car that my best friend at the time, we were in his parents' car, and we got into an accident. I broke my right collarbone, and I got a check for $15,000. This was the 1980s, so that $15,000, well, let's just ask the white heifer what that's worth now. What is the value of $15,000 in 1987?
According to inflation calculator, $15,000 in 1987
Had the person
equivalent in purchasing power to about $40,157.61.
about $41,000 was the buying power. Shut up. Bitch, I'm coming to your house. So the spending power of $15,000 in 1987 was about $41,000. I mention it only because the very first thought that I had was not, ooh, all the stuff I'm going to do. The very first, as Allah is my witness, I can give something to my siblings and my family. That's my first thought. First one, the first one. So somebody said to me earlier on our other stream, somebody said, Jedi, thank you for being courageous to speak truth to power. And I was saying, I take that, Dania. I said, I take that in the spirit that you offer it. So that's fine. But for me, it's not courageous because I am who I am. And this is as natural to me as breathing. I've always been someone who says and speaks exactly what I think and feel and what is the truth. It's easier for me to sit here. That's nothing for me. It's nothing. So that's always been the frame of mind I was in. So I say that to say that, you know, Tyler Perry has a whole studio and they had the big opening and there everybody was and I wasn't invited. But it should be an all us thing that we now have this as a people. Because of these stinking ass big nose people who call themselves Jews, these Zionist people, it would be that. Remember Donald Sterling? One of my earliest videos was Donald Sterling. That scandal had just happened when I started doing YouTube videos. And one of the things that I took away from that when he said, you know, the Jews, we help each other. I know that. That's why we call Jews our cousin as Muslim, and they call us their cousin because our faiths are so close in our ways of life. You know, if I had an all-Muslim audience, I wouldn't have had to even have a GoFundMe. I could just mention it in one video and say, brothers and sisters, I need X, and it would be done. You know, but that was one of the pull and push of my existence here on social media because I am a Muslim. I am a person of faith, a serious man. Like, and most of my people are not. I'm not. It doesn't do me any good to preach to a Muslim audience. I have Muslims that follow me, but it doesn't do me any good to preach to a Muslim audience. I'm a black man first. And the issues and things that concern us are as close to me as my jugular vein. So that's the yin and the yang, you know. I can't really, my words fail me now to just explain that to you, but anyway, this should be ours. You understand? There's a way to establish equity. Just like Tyler can find out when somebody needs a layaway paid, and he's gone and taken care of whole layaways for people and all the stuff he's done we hear about. You know, it's not enough, but we know that Tyler does do stuff. So we have to give it over for that. At least we hear his name attached to something doing stuff for black people. But there's a way, just like he can find those out, he can find out. He's Tyler Perry. When you have money and fame in this society, you have access. Rules change for you. So it'd be nothing for him to acquire a list from the Social Security Administration of black Americans in this bitch. Their age, their demographic, they could do all that down to, you know, a certain box, and he could have that be an investment for all of us. If you just took all of our millionaires and billionaires and they establish a single fund that was connected to our bank accounts. Not like Keisha don't get to sit at home. She got 3 baby daddies. Fuck all of that. You just do what's right because this is what's right. Fuck what Keisha's doing. We're not here to legislate that or govern it. Just we're taking care of our people. You see? It's always the wrong people who have the shit. Doesn't matter what it is. It's the wrong people, man. It's the wrong people. It's the wrong people. I constantly ask God, give me the wealth so that I will be an example for all of my people of what you're supposed to do when you have wealth. This is what it looks like. This is what it can look like. This is how we all can experience that wealth. But everybody sits up in their mansions and their Bentleys and shit, and they want you to, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. I saw a comedian. He was reading some lyrics from a song from like, I don't know what year, what era, decade. He was saying, and these were considered, controversial lyrics, but they were very like nothing, But he said, I'm gonna read some other lyrics. He was reading the lyrics to this WAP shit that fuck the two whores did, because that was just whore ass shit right there, whore ass bitch. And the positive reaction to it was what really just jacked me up. But of course, I got a huge laugh from the audience because the lyrics he was reading before that were just like, I love you, I'm coming to your house, I'll meet your father, something. It was very nothing. And then this shit, I didn't even know the lyrics to that song because I don't listen to it, I never heard it. I know of it and have seen its image and knew that that's some bullshit. I'm over that. But anyways, I'm over it. Let us come to my first piece. First, let me see if we've had any new arrivals so I can shout people out. I should just read it right here because I can't see over there. I need to clean these fucking glasses. I can't see anything. Simply Son, you say, wow, 3 billion, that's what the demons do when you are black. Yusuf, good to see you, brother. It's been a minute, man, since I've even been to your channel. Forget you just coming here, but even me getting to your channel. Good to see you, man. I don't know if you knew, I've been to home to Gambia, West Africa. I'm going back home to the Gambia. By the way, let me just make that announcement here, everybody, because I can't. First, let me read this. You say, if all of the wealthy black men fighting over BET would come together on the purchase, they'd have it now. Oh, that's so. I didn't even see that. You see, that's why I preach that. Something could be right in your face. You don't even see it. That's exact. You're so that. Okay, we're done, everybody. Thank you all for coming. This is Jedi. We have the answer. We have it. Yusuf just gave it to us, so we're done. That's so it. Even though I can't stand some of the other people, starting with 50 Cent's fake ass, but I 100%, that's it. They should all be coming together and say we all are in on it, and they would have more power because now they can play Tyler against the rest. So if these other Negroes are going to try and come up with just so they can buy Tyler out, and Tyler may come up so he can, no, fuck all that. Don't nobody come up with $3 billion. Y'all come together and say, here's what we're willing to pay. We're going to give them this. If they say no, we tell them to kick rocks. You see? And you also go into the negotiation saying, before we give you our number, if you don't like this number, we're okay with it. But Tyler will be using his vast media network and Oprah's network to announce to our people, no need to, do business with BET anymore. It's not a black-owned commodity. We don't need to be involved in that, and we will shut you the fuck down. You got to go strong arm on them. Say that, and then tell them we're ready to come in at 1.5. Why not? 1.5. because they obviously want to get rid of it. How desperate are they to sell? We don't know that information. But use leverage, because piggybacking on what Yusuf is saying, leverage is the word we want here. They come together, they have leverage. Leverage, everybody. Leverage. It's the greatest commodity you can have in business. A simple example of leverage. You're trying to sell a car. Somebody drives up in a Bentley, wants to buy your car. Oh, damn it. You don't really have no leverage. Unless unless your car is the only one like that and they must have it, then you have leverage. But a greater example is somebody walks up and like their little kid is on a tricycle and they don't have a car and haven't had one in years. And they want your car. You have leverage. I see you're walking. You see, that's leverage. Leverage. Women, you have leverage. You have what all men seek. And you don't use it as leverage. And when you do, you're called a gold digger. Well, your responsibility is to righteousness and to be equitable. Don't be unfair to a man, but definitely hold your shit and say, no, I'm the prize right here. What? And it's 80 other niggas out there that will do what I want if you won't. So it's fine, whatever. Leverage. But so good to see you, Yusuf. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Where am I going now? Okay, now. So reparations. Why I'm bringing this? One of the reasons why I'm bringing this, everybody, is because there's an ongoing thing here in California, with regard to reparations. And there's a committee that has now said, yeah, reparations for Black Californians. I'm hearing rumblings that the governor of the state is saying, not going to sign it. Oh, let me interrupt my own self to say this. You all know I'm against this people of color bullshit anyway. Like, it's Black people, period. And then it's everybody else. What the fuck they want to call themselves, that's it. But they're not part of us. We're Africans. That's it. All right. But we don't want to use people of color. Not only don't we include them in our shit, because we don't need anybody else dragging on our wing. You understand? This pizza is just for the family. Go get your own shit. Not only is it for us, but also we don't use people of color because that's just colored people all over again. That's not my own. I heard something in the last days and I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. I always hated it, but now I really hate it, and I can articulate better why we should not use people of color, because that's just colored people all over again. We were called colored already. We kind of did that already. It's old. All right, now, so this reparations in California thing. So now, my issue, but this, I tried to play this on our last sitting, one of our last sittings, but we didn't have the sound for some reason. Every video I played, it was no sound for you. It was very low. So we're going to hope that that's not the case here. Now, I'm going to start with these remarks from Godfrey. Thing I hate about this is with Instagram, you can't start the videos over and you can't rewind them. Let's bring you in. Switch, bitch. All right. Hear this.
But what I'm saying is,
tens of millions of people, of black people.
Black people,
Okay.
who would get that,
Yeah.
it would bankrupt the whole country.
It would bankrupt the whole country, but for the people that built the country to make you that fucking money.
Yeah.
By the way, this is this Vlad Zionist fuck. He's the perfect example of the Zionist, everybody, that I'm always telling you about. I've been consistent to tell you since back to my 23,000 subscriber channel. Because I've done full, beautiful pieces on Zionism, Judaism, and something else, Jews and Jews. Just I don't remember the title. But I've been trying to make the distinction for you over the years between the Zionist and the Jew. You don't know any Jews. You don't know them. You don't know them. And they don't run everything. But they also don't scream anti-Semitic every 5 minutes, and we don't run everything. That's the fucking Zionist. This Vlad fucker is the perfect example of that. He's the bloodsucker that Farrakhan has identified the Zionist as. Because even when I was a child in Chicago, you know, the corner stores and the stuff like that was the Zionist people. They come in the community, they set up shop like the Korean and the Arab do now, and the Indian. It started with the Zionist people who attached themselves to us at slavery. After the emancipation, and now we could go and be sharecroppers and have land and stuff like that. They set up their industries around us. All the shit you're gonna need, bags, seed, fencing, all the shit, tools, they just came and popped up. So you bought your shit from them. And they've continued that. To this day, the highest example of that is all your athletes and entertainers, they get real bent out of shape if you have black representation. Because that's supposed to be Zionist fucking big nose money. Stinking fucking Zionists. And they're ugly as fuck, just like this Vlad motherfucker. He is the perfect example of the blood-sucking Zionist. We don't give him the title of Jew. We don't. Because he's an atheist anyway. Well, he's atheist when it's convenient, he's a Jew when it's convenient. So it's kind of all over the place. But he is a Zionist fuck. And he's the perfect example because his whole channel is based on us. He's gotten I saw Dionne Warwick, Smokey Robinson, Shaka Khan. I mean, he's from our dumbest to our most legendary, all have to go sit in front of this white fucking Zionist stinking big nosed fuck. Why they still go on there, I don't know. In my perfect world, we have a paramilitary group that goes around everywhere. But in this case, we would have members at where the fuck he films, and any of these niggas trying to approach would be under fire. You're not going to Vlad, bitch. Go someplace else. Go do a fucking interview with, I don't know, Diane Sawyer or somebody. But you're not coming here. You see, because I'm a big believer, you got to make people do shit that's good for them if they won't do it on their own. So we got to fight our own and the fucking the devils as well. You just can't make black people just do shit because they get the concept, they just do it, and they fall in line with that. If you could just do that, do you have many probably tens of thousands of dollars now if I really sat down and did the numbers, you know, like, I don't know, back when I was in my wheelchair, so this is 2010, my friend Gwen, her teenage daughter Alex turned me on to, because I was just like, Starbucks, I don't do coffee and I'm over it, and when I want coffee, I make me a little iced coffee, real sweet with some milk and stuff at home, and I'm good, you know, and that's every once in a great while. But I took Alex to Starbucks one day, and she ordered a caramel macchiato. And I was, okay, fine, I'll get one. Or I think she bought it for me, I don't know. It was really good, and I got hooked on them. So I started getting the Fenty. So now, fast forward 2010. Oh, no, this is in that same time. So now I'm at Target one day, and I'm rolling around on the little thing, and I see one of my Muslim brothers, and we greet, and we start to chat, and he's like, brother, what is that? And I go, oh man, this is my Fenty caramel macchiato. It is this, it's this, blah, 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 infinity caramel, la, la, la. All he said to me was, brother, they support Israel. I never fucking bought another one after that. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy. When Monique, I don't know how many years it's been now, when we saw her dust up with Netflix, and I think she's done another deal with them since, but it doesn't matter. When Monique came and said, and I had Netflix, when Monique came and said, asked us to put, Netflix was gone from that day on for me. My dumb bitch for a sister in New York, who's not related to me, obviously, when she had Netflix. So every once and again, because her dumb ass is not going to get rid of it, if there was something she really needed me to see, I think that's how I saw When They See Us and something else. She was like, you have to see it. I'm like, girl, just send me your code and I'll watch it on Netflix, you know, and I'll sign into her account. But Netflix never got another dollar out of me. It's that easy. It's just a personal commitment, man. If we could just do that shit, man. I mean, the stuff we could do as a people. Anyways, we're gonna have to hear this twice now because I get just go on.
You understand? You know, all of a sudden now you worried about being bankrupt when you spend.
Wait, there's a way to do this. Let's go out and come back.
No. What I'm saying is,
tens of millions of people, of black people.
Black people.
Okay.
Who would get that?
Yeah.
It would bankrupt the whole country.
It would bankrupt.
But yet they still giving the Jews reparations, and they've cited companies. I forget how many of them here in America. One of them is a rail company. I think there's a steel company. Some other things that they transported Jews. They supplied materials for the trains that supplied, and so therefore they get reparation from them. I mean, just paying the fucking fake ass Jews. You see, not to mention the 15 or 50 billion or some bullshit they send to Israel every fucking year just because. You know, that didn't bankrupt anybody. The Chinese, the Japanese, I think the Italians, the Native Americans. No bankruptcy. But everybody gets to be in on, and most people don't even know that shit even happened. But when it comes to us, it becomes a poll. And everybody has to have their say in shit. This very asshole that sits up here talking about it will bankrupt. Motherfucker, you're bankrupting the black community. He doesn't, according to, what's the other dude, he's a rapper with the dreads that used to be on here all the time. I know he was on Oz. I think he was part of the Ying Yang. I don't know. Whatever his name is, it escapes me now. But he said that they don't pay. He doesn't pay these people to come on there. And I don't know how many subscribers this Vlad fucking person has. But I know he makes millions of dollars off of YouTube. I'm sure he's not giving a single fucking dollar to a black cause. Do you understand? But there he is. Somebody, it would bankrupt the country. Give a fuck what you think. Instead of Godfrey talking about it, you should just got up and punched him in his fucking grill. Knocked every tooth out.
The whole country. But for the people that built the country to make you that fucking money.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, all of a sudden now you worried about being bankrupt when you spend trillions of dollars on defense, trillions of dollars on unnecessary bullshit, trillions of dollars to send black men, especially to jail, trillions of dollars to drug the fuck up our whole country, trillions of dollars to fuck the food up, to fuck the air up, to fuck the water up, trillions of dollars to make people sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker in this country, but you mad? We don't have the money because, and this is what I think, and this is what I believe, you just don't like black people. Plain and motherfucking simple, you do not like black people. It is very obvious. For hundreds of years, we've been the most hated. The most hated, but within that hatred comes the hypocrisy of loving our culture. You've made trillions off of our motherfucking culture. You know that. You've made money off our culture. Let's be real.
100%.
You've made money off our culture. White musicians, all of them have made money off of black fucking culture. All of rock, all of jazz motherfuckers, all the shit we created from the oppression, which is fucked up in itself. The oppression and the fucking abuse and the rape and the putting down of us, we create blues, jazz, rock and roll, reggae, ska. We invent all of that shit. And to top it off, we invent all the modern shit that you all use. From the video game cartridge, Henry Lawson, huh? We got the pacemaker, Otis Boynton. We have the late Dr. Bath, who created the laser eye surgery. We have Dr. Gladys, who's still alive, who's almost 80 years old, who created GPS. We have the guy who created the algorithm for Instagram, who's a 21-year-old Ghanaian kid. We've done all this shit. Then the internet was discovered by a Nigerian guy in the 80s. Like, we've done all of this innovation, even though we've been shit on and continue to be shit on every motherfucking day, right? Because nobody wants us to live anywhere. Nobody wants us to have this unless we're playing sports for them. Like I said, unless we're academically, right? No, I'm sorry, athletically or sexually satisfying motherfuckers. That's all black people are good for. We're supposed to be at people's beck and fucking call when they want us to entertain them or make them some kind of money. But if we ask for being autonomously wealthy on our own, being autonomously having our own shit, All of a sudden, everybody pitches a bitch. Everybody has a fucking hissy fit. People get mad when we want. You don't want us in your neighborhood. You don't want us in your schools. You don't want us doing anything. But then when we say, hey, okay, that's cool, because Muhammad Ali said in the 60s, he said, hey, man, I think we should have our own state. I don't want to live amongst you motherfuckers. They were like, well, why not? You don't want us around. You're segregating everything. And then as soon as we want to go, white people start panicking. White people panic. But, you know, we don't want to be around you, so you can call us niggas, and we're tired of white cops shooting us. We're tired of this pissing contest that these white cops have because they're afraid of black dicks for some fucking reason, because most of this shit is black dick envy. We're tired of that shit. So what about this? Why don't we just give us what you owe us, and we can go on and do our own shit? But no, they don't want that. White folks especially hate autonomous black happiness. They do not like when we are by ourselves doing our own shit. They cannot stand that shit. They don't even like us in a group. Like in Chicago, there used to be a thing.
I hate that. That's just the end of it. But alas, you know, the other thing why I'm doing this is because he was talking to Vlad, and then this other one is Tyrese is ripping him a new asshole. But one of the things that we need to do as a group is we need to shut them out, everybody. When you talk about all the inventions that he named there, you know, even the fiber optics of the specific technology that allows you to send video and pictures over broadband. That is a Ghanaian brother who is very much alive right now. Has a book out. He's building a Silicon Valley type thing in Ghana. Very fashionable man. All that stuff. Very much alive and kicking. But we have to learn how to shut them out. You're not a part of any Jewish ventures, these fucking Zionists, because they close ranks and they keep you out. And you know they do. So why when you get something, you immediately feel like you got to add them to something? We're the very people who have a right to exclude them first of all, period. That affirmative action shit does not apply to us. You build a whole fucking corporation, you have nobody black working there, you have a big ass sign on the door and say, whites need not fucking apply at this bitch. Period. And have it in neon and fucking blinking and shit. And dare a bitch to say, no, because we went through how many hundreds of years of your shit and I was just let you in? You had no reason to keep us out. We have every fucking reason to keep you out, and we don't want you here. Boop up. You see? But we have to rid ourselves of black people who do not have that understanding, won't accept it, won't agree with it, won't articulate it, won't do it. You know? Nah. All right, this one now. Bitch. Okay.
You fucking clown. Do you understand what the fuck you doing, bro? Do you understand that we as black culture are coming onto your show and you sitting off camera trying to bait us into talking shit about each other and going at each other? You trying to bait us.
Stinking
all the people that went to jail after they came on your show. See, I don't bother nobody until you fuck with me. And then after you fuck with me, I'll say, okay, you know, I'm gonna leave that shit alone. Then you come at me again. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna take the high road, man. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. Then you gonna come at me again. So what part of me going through a divorce is funny, dude? You know how many black people are in jail right now because of the criminal justice system or the family law court system? You as a white boy, you don't even know what the fuck it is to deal with the courts. So what makes my situation funny? He offered me 10,000. They said the dude's net worth is 5 million. How the fuck did you get 5 million? You got 5 million off of black culture while putting us in. You fucking clown.
I hate that about